In today's video, I'm going to be sharing how to work the herringbone stitch in the round to make a square, or you can work it continuously to make a full-size blanket. The herringbone stitch can be made using single crochets, half doubles, and even double crochets, but the only one that I found that could be easily worked into a square was using a half double crochet. So that's what we're going to be doing today. This was a requested video from last week's video where I shared how to work the moss stitch in the round, and if you missed it, I recommend that you watch the beginning of that one because I'll be utilizing tips that I shared there in more detail. But in this video, I also have a pretty cool tip if you want a way to omit weaving in ends that I think you might find interesting. To achieve the herringbone effect, the square must be turned after every round, which is ideal anyway because that will ensure that your square stays nice and straight. It'll also make your square reversible, meaning it looks the same on both sides. I'm using a weight 4 yarn with a 4mm hook, but this will work well with whatever hook and yarn size you prefer. To begin, create a magic ring, or if you don't like making magic rings, chain 4, create a slip stitch to form a ring, and then chain 1. To work this square is very similar to a granny square, but instead of doing double crochets, we're going to be making herringbone half double crochets. Now that's a big mouthful, so I'm just going to be saying herring half double as we're working. So to begin, we're going to make 3 herringbone half double crochets. Very easy to do. It's just like a half double crochet to begin. So yarn over, going into the ring, pull your yarn through. Now instead of yarning over and pulling through all 3 loops, we're going to take that loop we just made and go under the first loop next to it. Now this can be a little bit fiddly at first. It does get better after the first round, but what I recommend you do here is just kind of hold onto these other loops and pull it through. Now yarn over and pull through both loops. And that's a herringbone half double crochet. Let's make 2 more. Yarn over, go into the loop, pull your yarn through, pull through the loop next to it, then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. 1 more, yarn over, go into the loop, pull your yarn through, and pull that loop through under that first one next to it, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Now for a corner, chain 2, 3 more herring half doubles, yarn over, go in, pull your yarn through, pull through 1 loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Another, yarn over, go into the loop, pull your yarn through, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. We've just made 2, we need to make 1 more. Yarn over, go into the ring, pull your yarn through, remove the cat hair, pull the loop through, 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, chain 2, yarn over, go into the loop, pull your yarn through, pull through 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2. 2 more times. One, 2. So far we've made 3 clusters of herring half doubles. 1, 2, 3. Chain 2. We're doing 3 more herringbone half doubles. Yarn over, go in, pull, pull through 1, pull through 2. 2 more times. Tighten your center And now we've come to the end of the round, and instead of doing a chain 2, we're going to do a half double crochet to complete the round, and that's because it's going to place us in the center of that corner so we can begin the next round in a really nice spot. So yarn over, going into the first stitch that you made, pull your yarn through, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops this time, and round 1 is completed. Chain 1 and turn. So to begin the round, we're going to be doing half of a corner. We're just going to do 1 herringbone half double in this corner. Let's go ahead and do that. The corner is right below where we stopped. Pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2. And now we're going to work a herring half double into each stitch across. So we have 3 here, and for every round you're always going to go up by 2 stitches. So we have 3 here on the side. By the time we're finished with this round, you'll have 5 stitches on the sides. So we're just going to do a herring half double in these next 3 stitches. Going into the stitch, pull your yarn through, pull through that 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And as you can see, it gets a lot easier the more that you do it. 2 more. And we're back to a corner, and for our corner spaces, we're doing 1 herringbone half double, chain 2, 1 herringbone half double. So let's do our 1, chain 2, and then another herring half double into the same space. And we're back to a side, so we're just doing a herring half double into each stitch across. So we're just doing 3. Back to a corner, 1 herringbone half double, chain 2, 1 herring half double, and now we're back to a side. And we're just continuing this all the way around. We're back to our final corner, so we just need to add a herring half double into there. And instead of doing a chain 2, I recommend doing a half double crochet into the very first stitch that you made. And you're ready for round 3. To join a new color without having to weave in ends, I recommend that you try a magic knot. Now, if you've never joined at the beginning of a round with a magic knot, it does take a little bit of practice to find that sweet spot. I'm going to show you where I have found that it works the best, but do play around with that and see if it works for you as well. It should, but you may find that you have to do a little bit of tweaking with it. But I found the best place to snip the yarn to do this technique is right below that final stitch that you make, right about here. Now go ahead and pull that stitch back just so you have enough to work with. And now we're just going to do our magic knot. Place the old color and the new color parallel to each other. And now we're just going to make 2 ties. This end is going to be tied to this yarn, and this end is going to be tied to this yarn. You can do this in any order that you like. There's 1 tie, and now I'm going to take the other end and I'll take those 2 ends and pull, And now you can snip as close to that knot as you like. Now I've tried this with every imaginable kind of yarn and it never comes out. I know I'll get some comments telling me that it does, but in my experience over the past several years of using this, I haven't had any issues. Okay, and so now we're just going to redo what we just did. We are at the end of our corner. I need to put that half double crochet in the corner back in. So I'm just going to do that. Pull the yarn through, yarn over, and pull through. And there's my knot. Chain 1 and turn. And now I'm ready for the next round. And this knot will be hidden under those stitches that I make on the next round. So yarn over, go into the stitch, pull the yarn through, and now we're just going to work herring half doubles in each stitch across. You should see 5 stitches to work into. Remember, your stitches on the sides go up by 2 with every round. So here we see 5. By the time we're finished with this round, we'll see 7. You can also use the square knot for changing colors, but if you do that, I recommend that you do a really good test with the yarn that you're using to make sure that it doesn't come out, because if you cut too close with certain yarns to that knot, then it will pull out. I do have a video all about this, comparing the square knot to the granny knot, so be sure to check that one out. But if you have any doubts about your yarn, I recommend that you leave a tail on the sides, and then that way you can just work over those tails and then just clip anything that's showing and you'll be good to go. Chain 1 and turn, and you're ready for your next round. And now you'll just continue round after round to complete a square or continue on to make a full-size blanket. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, a thumbs up is always appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.